Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was, and I hope you're loving yourself the way God loves you. So, this video might speak to you because of why Starlight decided to make this video. It's so important to get outside in nature and to take good care of yourself, plus to also take care and be there for the ones that love and support you. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, 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 and also you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a ladybug. Starlight loves ladybugs, and a dragonfly. Yeah, you could share. I bet you they would watch Starlight. They love Starlight. And you could share my videos with any of those insects. And also, don't forget the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. And plus, don't forget to check out my playlist. Plus, you could find me on YouTube, on Instagram, that is 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So today, this is my second video because tomorrow I will be having an event. So I am just trying to, have everything all set for tomorrow. So then, I will already have this video already made and uploaded. I would have to just edit it. So anyway, besides that, because everything's going to be shifted, I'm going through a lot of shifts right now. So I don't know what all of you guys or girls are going through right now. Do you feel a shift? Because Starlight's going through lots of major changes in her life right now. So because I am doing the work, And also, so today I really, this kind of goes with the video I just made, and I realized I got so many titles and videos to make right now, but this video is about, do you really love yourself? I had somebody years ago where I thought I loved myself, and it is very hard when somebody lets you know that, you're not loving yourself. You're like, huh? I thought, I was doing the best at the time that I could do, but you know what I've always told my ex-employers is that there's always room for improvement. So if you have that mindset, you know, it won't be so hard when you realize you got some work to do. We all have some work to do. I know some people out there, they've been doing this forever, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there. I know other people. Guess what? Their work isn't done yet. There's still work. There's still things they have to work on. God is, what is it? He's the potter on the clay, always, like I would love to do some clay stuff. I like the feel of clay, but where they put it on that little, I don't even know what the name of these things are, but we are, where God, gets us there and shapes us out, and then splat there goes Starlight. What happened to Starlight? Well, she's got more work to do, so it is not quite that painful, but it can be at times, when we really gotta, it's how far did you get yourself out there in the matrix, in the lies of the world. Have you been, we all been lied and deceived. Hang on, Starlight is thirsty. So we all have been lied and deceived, through our families, our ancestors, and all that. So, even in the churches, the places where you think you would feel safe, that's not always so. You read the newspapers, and you've seen those headlines, on the news, of weird, crazy stuff going on in church, so even in the church, of all places, because that is how this whole thing works out here. And a lot happened after God went and rested. What was going on after? Don't worry, It's coming. The system is crashing right now. I definitely believe that one is. So things are going to turn around, for the ones that are really out there, doing their best, working really hard on themselves. So, I always thought of this when I was younger, when I was learning about church and stuff. How do you want to, present yourself to God, when, of course, you don't know really what to trust in the Bible these days. So, but really, do you love yourself? We've been pulled, we've been tricked, we've been deceived. Everything in this world is twisted upside down. It's twisted upside down, backwards, inside out world. It's crazy. And the more you work on yourself, you're going to find out these truths. So, society has taught us to look out of ourselves. That's what I've been told. It's out there, what you're searching for. That girl or guy is over that way. The job that you're searching for is over there, but when you do the inner work and you work on yourself, it is like magic. You'll discover that everything is not as what you think it is anymore when you start waking up from this illusion in this world that we've been lied to. And so a lot of people, encountering starlight, I've gone out and done I really have never done anything wrong to other people. Not really. I started off like that, lying a lot and stealing. Boom, cold turkey, at 17 and going in jail, for stealing, because of survival. I was living on the streets. After that, really, I mean, like, I have really never did anything really that bad to anybody else. Now, myself, that's a totally different story. So that's not self-love, is when you don't love yourself, when you're trying to end your life. It's not self-love when you don't, get up and take care of yourself, and the whole thing is that I get people upset with me because they don't want to hear what I have to say. But I'm not a people pleaser. I'm here to do what God actually sent me here to do. And it's not a pretty job. It's not an easy job. And I do know somebody out there that's been doing this longer than I have, and I just can't even imagine the stories that person can tell, or even other YouTubers that have made it, and the things that they've gone through to get to where they are today on YouTube. That all didn't happen overnight. It started that they had to love themselves, and that woke them up to, like, understanding that there's levels to this, of finding out who you really are. And like, standing up for yourself. I wasn't standing up for myself. Now I gotta, now I gotta kind of be careful sometimes what I say, because I'm like, wow, because when you start using your voice when you really weren't able to use it before, the universe will help me through this, or my twin flame, help me with my tongue, or help me with when I write to people or whatever. But self-love, or loving yourself, is when you take the time to, if you can't get up out of bed at a certain time every day and get your dishes done and clean your house, and some of you might have to go to work. If that's a battle, and cleaning your house is a battle, and making it from one day to the next is a battle, I know what that's like. I've been there. So the stuff that I am talking about, I didn't get it from reading a book. Absolutely not. I got a lot of what I get is from living it, or watching a YouTuber out there where I definitely got a lot of help, or studying people, and so. But a lot of what I talk about is my own life experience that I've lived, and or witnessed, with other people. So self-love is when, if you can't do the things that other people are trying to help you to do, is that you're not really loving yourself to get better. If you know that things are not going well and stuff like that, and if you don't go and get the kind of help that you really need, it's because you're not loving yourself the way God really wants you. It's, so there's times that we got to force ourselves to do stuff. Hang on, I got an itch. Ooh, and I just got my hair all nice and clean today. So there's a lot of times that we got to, like force ourselves to do things. Just like when well, hopefully, depending on the parent you were, is even when you're bringing up your kids, didn't you have to kind of force them to do stuff that they didn't want to do? Like when they start school, they don't want to wake up in the morning. Well, they got to go to school, right? And most of you more than likely would send your kids to public school. Well, they got to eat, right? Oh, I don't want to eat. Well, what are you going to let them not, you're going to let them starve? So those are, by teaching them how to love themselves by making sure that their teeth are brushed and that their hair is combed and, that their clothes are taken care of and, that they're taking care of not just the outward appearance, because that's not the most important, like most people think, is to take care of their emotions and their feelings and all that stuff. So parents are supposed to help them out, to guide them and help them. But you as a parent should be a good example. Not that we're all going to be, because Starlight didn't know what she was doing when I brought my kids up, but I did the best that I could. I wasn't I used to preach a lot to my kids at a certain time, pray, pace the floors back and forth, because I loved them and I didn't want to hurt them, is that I was a storyteller, and my daughter today still remembers, like, oh my, you don't want to, you get mother going, she's going to tell you some shit, it's like, oh, I don't, and, at the time, it didn't mean nothing to her at the time when Starlight was, preaching, and saying all kinds of stories and examples to my daughter or even my son, to say, like with my son, if he disrespected me, not that he did that very much, but, not being good to his mom at certain times, I'm like, hey, is that how you're gonna, you're going to want to get married one day? Is that how you're going to treat your wife? Is that, that was my whole thing with my son, is that how you're going to treat your wife? Is that how you're going to treat your wife? And you know what? He turned out to be an excellent, a husband and a father, because I worked on him. I had him the whole time to bring him up. Now my daughter, I didn't have her the whole time. But with my son, he's a great dad and he's a great husband. Yeah, it's all over on Facebook. It's not about how horrible my husband is. It's how great my husband is. Not my husband, but my daughter-in-law. She's always bragging about how her husband is and what he does around the house. So tough love is, telling your kids. But that's where it all starts. It starts with your parents telling their kids about, making sure. But if the parents are not loving themselves, how are they going to teach their kids to love themselves? How are they going to teach their kids when they don't know how to? And that's what a big problem in the world is that the parents don't know how, they're not loving themselves, so you can't expect them to teach their children something that they don't know, like being too hard on yourself, and so there's times that we got to force ourselves to do stuff like, if I can't do the work myself, I've always told my kids this, if you can't do it, you got to go and call somebody for help, therapists or counselors. That is loving yourself enough to say, you know what? I know I need help. Yeah, I got mad at her because, that person on YouTube, she told me that she won't help me anymore. I know she cares and I know she loves me, but now she doesn't, it's because, tough love, like I mentioned in the other video, that's part of tough love, but it's showing that you have to love yourself enough that you get tired of being tired and you finally actually cave in and you say, you know what, I got to do something. It's not getting pretty here. So anyway, I really hope that you're loving yourself, and, taking the time, if you don't want to do the inner work, like how are you going to find that loved one out there when you can't even love yourself? So it starts with you first. God really wants you to love yourself And it doesn't happen overnight, but you got to start, you know. Don't put it off tomorrow. Is today is the day that you really need to start loving yourself and respecting yourself, not letting people step all over you and not letting other people control you. That's loving yourself, saying, you know what? No. You know, I am going to do what I want to do. If somebody's trying to help you in a good way, yeah, take their advice, you know, and I'm not saying to take like injections in your body for COVID, you know, that's totally up to you. But if they're trying to tell you that you need therapy or you need a counselor, is that bad advice? So don't get mad at the messenger, you know, just be thankful that they're there and they care about you. So anyway, I love you so much. Is make sure if there's stuff going on and you can't seem to get anywhere, you know, don't worry about the, you know, your income and all that. God is going to take care of you, but you got to take care of yourself, you know, and get out there and get the kind of help, you know, that you really need. I love you so much. And this is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can also subscribe. Plus, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share this video with family, friends. You know, if you know somebody that's struggling, you know, you don't have a voice to tell them, you could send this video to them and, you know, say, hey, check this out, you know, this Starlight chick. And besides sharing videos with them is also you could share my videos with a bear. And let me see, and a laughing hyena. You laughing hyena? Okay, Starlight. All right, and after that, you can also don't forget the notification bell. That way, you don't miss any videos, and you can check out my playlist. Plus, don't forget you can check me out on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.